G7 joint statement has been released, and this is a big update coming in amid the escalating tensions between Israel and Iran. The G7 joint statement says that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons. That's what the joint statement has said, that Iran can't have nuclear weapons. That's a big update of the joint statement from the G7 that says Iran cannot have nuclear weapons. And the statement being issued by the G7 leaders. Srinjoy continues to stay live with us. Srinjoy, amid the indications coming in from Iran that it is ready for talks, US making it clear that Iran should not have nuclear weapons, a joint statement from the G7 saying Iran can't have nuclear weapons.
Yes, the G7 has issued a statement. Two major points are there. One, they have called for immediate ceasefire. And secondly, as you rightly said, very importantly, Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, which means something has to be done to ensure that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, which is ensuring that it stops its nuclear program, stops its production of enriched uranium. Because if you enrich uranium, it's a clear sign that you're working towards a nuclear weapon. So if there is a statement from the G7 countries saying Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, it means that Iran must stop producing enriched uranium. Now, that is the bottom line. Also, the G7 has said that there has to be a ceasefire.
Okay, all right, Srinjoy. So the statement from the G7 summit is going to be very significant. Iran has also indicated that it is ready for talks. The United States, even before this escalation, has been asking Iran to come to the negotiation table. It has made the appeals to Iran time and again, though Iran has put forward some conditions. Srinjoy?
Yes, you're right. President Trump had said, come to the negotiation table. Let's do the deal before everything else is destroyed. Now, that, of course, was a Trumpian statement. But nevertheless, President Trump wants a deal to happen. And the deal is really this, that there will be a ceasefire, then both countries will go their different ways, and the only thing that will happen is that Iran's nuclear program, which is the production of enriched uranium, will have to stop. That's basically the point, that once you don't enrich your uranium, you cannot have a bomb. So if you don't enrich your uranium, you don't have enrichment plants in Natanz and so on, then the whole process ends. That's what Trump had said. This is roughly speaking what the other G7 countries are saying, because the American position is known. Now it brings us to the other six, and they're making it clear that this is exactly what their position is. No enrichment, no nuclear weapon, and therefore peace.
Okay, all right. Interesting developments, because initially reports had suggested that Trump had refused to sign the joint statement when the draft report had suggested a de-escalation of the conflict between Israel and Iran. What changed the joint summit statement now saying Iran can't have any nuclear weapons? Stay with us, Srinjoy, as we also shift our attention to what's